For as long as I can remember, I've been competing with my sister. Her victories were on par with my life, like a shadow following me and poking my nose in it. Like, hey look, Liza's better than you, ooh, you're a loser. We even had different names. My sister's name is Liza, and my name is Minnelli. Damn, it's not even a first name, it's a last name. If you didn't know, in the 40s, there was this actress named Liza Minnelli. My grandmother was a fan. They could have just named one of us Liza, but no! My folks decided it would be fun to separate the star's first and last names between us. Only now, when I introduce myself, I'm asked back 100 times. Huh? What? Minnelli? Old guys who'd fumble with what it meant asked, like, Liza Minnelli? Hell yeah, just plain Minnelli. It made me hate my name and everything that was going on in my life. As you may have guessed, my sister was smart all over. School, friends, and personal life. Our grandparents didn't have time to give her presents for her next achievement, and all I got was an old maintained Pika Pika, given to me by my grandmother, a fan of an actress from the 40s. Everything was fair, to the winner everything, so Liza was showered with attention and gifts, while I had no time to fix my pickup. But still, there was some kind of charm in it. I just adored my car, because it was my only possession, my personal thing, something that not my parents or sister could take away. And then one day, my sister was given a brand new Ford. Oh, my envy was boundless. Well, of course, it's Liza, all the best for her. Why was I born this way? Why am I a loser and she's not? She's the best at everything. Maybe it's because she's trying and you're not, came a voice inside my head. Oh, who's that? Am I talking to myself? It's your conscience, your inner voice, so to speak. What the hell? I didn't call you. If you're my voice, then be on my side. Well, I'm already on your side. Do you want to be better than her? Then try and stop whining about it. Yeah, you're right. I had to prove that I was better at something. After all, Liza can't be the best at everything. Yes, I pictured myself as a samurai who'd lost a battle, but not all the battles. As I tightened my belt, I suddenly realized that I'd pulled a strap over my dress. This reality made me cough. Then I saw our mutual friends chatting with Liza about how the girls were bored and suggested having fun. Let's play on the guys. Oh no, who's going to spin who more? We've already done that. No, this time we can make it more serious. How's that? Let's go with feelings. Whoever falls in love with a guy first wins. Who's in? Man, what is this nonsense? How can you play on people's feelings? They're not a toy, am I right? I questioned my inner voice, but my father came to my voice. He said to me, Liza, look, this is embarrassing to ask, but here's the thing. Mom and I promised Liza we'd buy a gold ring if she won the Olympics, and from the looks of it, she will win it. And I won't get my bonus until next month. We have to cut your allowance this month, but it's only temporary. Why? Why are you sacrificing my allowance for Liza's ring? Well, it just so happens we made a promise, you know? I know, you just bought her a car, you know that? No, it's not like that. We didn't just buy it for nothing, she deserved it. Oh, so if I can't earn it, you can take it away, right? No, that's not what I mean. That's exactly how you saw it, Dad. Liza is always the winner, and Minnelli is always the loser. I opened my phone and texted that I was going to participate. Everyone was surprised because I'd never supported their pranks before, but not this time. I had to at least win my sister at something. That became my life's goal, don't you think? Did it work? So we got to pick a guy. I got nerdy Peter. Just a horrible, bespectacled guy with braces, and Liza got the big fish, local celebrity Ray. Time's up. Anyway, I'll skip the water part of my doubts and fears. Thanks to my inner voice and lack of pocket money, I was oh so motivated. After 2 weeks of my efforts, Peter took the bait. It was enough to sign up for his extra chemistry class, endure the formulas and his nerdiness, show interest and say compliments, and then kiss him. But I did it, and he was interested in me. I went on my 10th date with him, and the girls were watching us from the sidelines. Where are you taking me? To a restaurant to eat steak. But you're a vegan. No, I'm not. I got a scholarship, and I thought I'd spend it on you. You do know a steak here costs the same as your scholarship, right? Yes, but I don't care. Eat, please, I want to please you. You're the best thing that could have happened to me. Shit, I didn't see that coming. Why did I feel so bad? I was supposed to be happy that he was in love, and I wasn't. But then my inner voice told me to do something. After the date, the girls came up to me. To the winner of the grand prize. As agreed, if you lose, we take the picture. If you win, we give you the grand prize. Your sister's brand new Ford. What about her? Didn't Liza work it out with Ray? The girls told me that for some reason, she decided to give up. That didn't sound like her at all. After a few minutes, my sister came over. Saw your nerd 2 days ago, and you did a good job on him. He's handsome now. What, did you spend all your money on him? He earned it on his own, from his scholarship. Yeah, he took off his glasses and got all dressed up, and even got his braces off. What do you want, Liza? Why'd you break up with Ray? What are you up to? Well, let's just say I decided to give in to my sister to win for once in her life. My gut tells me that's not true. Tell me what the catch is. First, I wanted to ask you, are you going to keep hanging out with that nerd? Why do you care? We didn't talk about it in terms of conditions. If I want to, I will. Oops. I think I accidentally did something. What? You did what? Did you think I was just going to let you win? No, sis. I only gave you a moment, but I took the rest of the prize. After we talked, I rushed over to Peter. He was sitting right by the road outside the house, and I fell into his lap and took hold of his face. What? Peter, what did they do? What did she say to you? Peter silently removed my hands from his cheeks. I know everything. You just used me. You don't care about my feelings, do you? I'm sorry, Peter. Yes, at first it was just a game, but then I'm a toy to you? That's how it works with you girls. You know what? At least Liza had the conscience to dump Ray right away instead of just playing out of a sense of victory. She's better than you. Peter left, and I was left heartbroken. I wanted to punch Liza in the face with a huge slap, but I knew it was my fault in the end. The feeling of victory blinded me. I had to admit it to myself and Peter. The day I couldn't order steaks, I took him to the store and we spent all the money on him. I looked at him and admired him, but my damn inner voice whispered, "Don't forget, it's just a game." It was all my fault. A day later, I gave the car keys to Liza. I don't need them. Take mine, I told her. What? But you said you wanted to win. I lost, and not only the battle, but the fight itself. Be glad you did. You're as good as ever. I thought we were sisters, but I guess I was wrong. My resentment was greater than all her victories and my defeats. I realized that this time, I'd lost both the person I loved and my sister, and my whole life seemed like a total loss. My inner voice went silent. I think I realized that I was to blame myself, and all that was left now was to live and reap the rewards. After a couple of days, Liza came running into my room. She threw me the keys to the pickup and said, "Come with me." Why? Peter wants to get out of town. For a long time. Who cares? Look, I have to apologize right now, but I don't have time. Please let me be your sister for once. Why should I believe you? I'm sorry, I was too blind, and I ran to the wrong people. You're right, Manelli. You're my sister. The only one I had to compete with was myself, and I lost every battle. We got in my pickup and rushed to the train station. There I met Peter, confessed my love to him, and apologized to Liza for a long time. He didn't forgive me right away, but at least he changed his mind about leaving. So now would be a good time to mend what I ruined, right? In a family with more than one child, there is always one child more beautiful and the other smarter. In my case with my twin sister, she is smart, and you understand. And that was the whole reason for our conflicts for so many years. Who said that twins are the same? Now I will tell you how it went with our family. My name is Ashley, and my sister is Kate. She was born 10 minutes older than me, but I'm taller than her. My mother was very happy when she found out that she was going to have twin girls, because she herself always wanted to have a sister. She imagined that if she had a sister, she would be closer to her than any friend. They'd always protect each other, hold on to each other, and keep secrets, help each other. This is exactly what she thought would happen to Kate and I, but it turned out to be exactly the opposite. How did this happen? Everything started from childhood. My sister and I were always very different. We hated it when my mother dressed us in the same hats, dresses, and boots. We even chose the most contrasting things on purpose. But my mother thought it was cute when two girls were walking down the street in beautiful outfits and everyone was looking at them. No, and no again. And anyway, who said it was beautiful? And secondly, I could argue with my mother's taste. Kate didn't really mind what clothes my mother bought, but I loved a different style, so I always chose something else. At first, my mother argued with me, buying only what she liked, but then we grew up and were given the right to choose. Oh, that was the happiest moment of my life. So, as I said, Kate is a smart girl. She always managed to do her homework faster and better. She literally clicked on new topics, foreign languages, but I could only do this at a stretch. It was humiliating for me to ask her to help me, so my mother helped me. Kate was mean about it, but in the end, I just stupidly copied her completed assignments and that was it. But when we went shopping, Kate was the one who was lost. She had no idea what to combine with what, how to choose a handbag for an outfit or shoes, and what is generally on trend now. Then my mother pushed me to choose something for my sister. I didn't want to because she refused to help me with homework, so Kate stupidly just chose the same things I did. Ugh, she knew exactly how angry it made me. Although, I don't know, maybe it was revenge for the fact that I constantly copied from her. In general, so we lived, in an eternal struggle for the title of the most beautiful or the most smart. When we got older, we went to college, and we both got scholarships. She was a good student, and I was a cheerleader at school. We went to different universities, and then our fates diverged. We came home to visit at different times, so as not to argue. My father and mother tried to persuade us to come together, but it was useless. And then what happened? My appearance blossomed every year, and soon I was invited to join a modeling agency, where I achieved success as a model. My pictures hung on the banners of billboards all over the city. I advertised sports shoes and clothing. I was treated with respect at college, and I was proud of myself at home. After a while, I learned from my mother that Kate won some kind of intellectual competition, becoming the first female winner in the field of robotics. And every year, we both achieved more and more success. But it seemed that even at a distance, we managed to compete. I still didn't want to see her, which is sad. Then my father called me. He said that my mother was very ill and she wanted to see me. I went home on the first flight, and when I ran into the hospital, I saw Kate there. We just looked at each other, and then I hugged my mom. It turns out that she broke her leg and did not want to tell us. My sister and I cried, but then we went to the doctor to talk about the cost of the operation. It was a good thing we both had money. We paid for everything, and then we went to the cafeteria for coffee. Kate was as silent as I was, and then she asked me how I was doing. I talked about myself, she talked about herself, and every step of success was spoken with special pride, both on her side and mine. We didn't notice how our tones raised, and it already seemed like an argument, not just a conversation. Bragging? You've always been like this. Always bragging to me that you are better, more beautiful than me? My sister shouted after 10 minutes. I stood over the table and yelled back that she thought she was the smartest. We remembered all the situations when we tried to humiliate each other. Then we were kicked out onto the street, where we continued the argument, and then suddenly my father came out. Not here! Aren't you ashamed of yourselves? Arguing about nonsense, even though you are almost college graduates? How can you not understand that we have always loved and been proud of you in the same way? Yes, one of you achieved success thanks to your appearance, but the other has the best brains. You're sisters, damn it, so stay that way. He shouted at us. We fell into silence, and then we realized that we actually were ashamed. Both of us. My father escorted us inside, and we continued the conversation. I started first, honestly told her that I always envied her brains, that I also wanted to be smart, but I couldn't do it. And if it's worth putting on a little makeup to look good, then it won't work that way with my brain, I told my sister. She was silent for a moment, and then admitted that she was also jealous of me, more precisely, of my appearance. We are twins, and if one is more beautiful than the other, it is super noticeable against the background of any successful project. And no, clothes and makeup didn't help for me, she said, and we both started to cry. It was only at that moment, after all these years, that we finally realized that we weren't competing with each other all these years, but were complementing each other. And if we had stuck together, we would have been even more successful. That's when we decided to teach each other some of our own secrets. Since then, a year has passed. My mother has recovered, and Kate and I communicate every day and ask each other for advice. I am the clothing consultant, and she teaches me how to write contracts, schedules, and how to solve financial issues during filming. And why didn't we realize this before? 2 heads are better than 1. Tell me, did you guys like my story? Write your opinion in the comments below the video, and do not forget to like it, share the video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel.